The history of Clan Buchanan is a fascinating one that spans centuries of Scottish Highland history. From its origins on the shores of Loch Lomond to its role in Scottish independence and beyond, the Buchanan clan has left an indelible mark on Scottish history and culture. The name Buchanan is derived from the Gaelic Buth chanain, which means house of the canon. The clan's early association with the Celtic Church is reflected in its name, and it is believed that the clan's progenitor, Absalon, was a clergyman or from a family dedicated to the service of the church. Absalon received a grant of land from the Earls of Lennox in 1225, and his descendants went on to become one of the most prominent clans in the region. The Buchanans supported Robert the Bruce during the Wars of Scottish Independence, and their fortunes were thus assured. The clan's heraldry is said to allude to its support of Bruce, as well as its connection to the royal family through marriage. The shield is virtually the royal arms of Scotland, with the lion changed from red to black. This change is said to represent the marriage of Sir Walter Buchanan to the only daughter of Murdoch, Duke of Albany and Regent of Scotland. The Buchanans of Arnprior were another prominent branch of the clan. They held lands in Perthshire around Kippen, and were known as the Kings of Kippen. The lairds of Arnprior were wealthy and influential, and one of them, Walter Buchanan, is said to have inspired the nickname after a meeting with King James V. One of the most famous Buchanans is George Buchanan, a poet and Protestant reformer born in Stirlingshire in 1506. He tutored Mary, Queen of Scots, and later tutored her son, James VI. Buchanan was a fierce critic of Mary, and his attacks on her in his writings are well known. The Buchanans continued to play a role in Scottish history in the centuries that followed, and one of the clan's most famous members was James Buchanan, the 15th President of the United States. Born in Pennsylvania in 1791, Buchanan was the last president to be born before the American Revolution. He is generally considered one of the country's least effective presidents. Despite its storied history, the Buchanan clan has not had a recognized chief since the late 17th century. However, its history and traditions continue to be celebrated by its members and those interested in Scottish culture and heritage. Today, the Buchanan clan is still an important part of Scottish history and identity, and its legacy lives on in the many stories and traditions that have been passed down through the generations.